Welcome back. The smiles. The smiles. The party returns to the warm hearth of Rowan's Herndine home. After their adventures in the north and the long trek home, and Khazrak's message coming in to Karun. Party makes their way back to Rowan's home.
Rowan will take off his boots outside before they go inside. Open the door. We're back.
The mid-morning breeze outside wafts in behind you into the cozy sanctuary of this home. And as it conflicts with the warm air from within, it draws out a warmth, and with that a scent, a very familiar scent, that of some good cooking. Ella peeks around the corner and drops a towel on the counter, rushes over to you, Rowan.
Scoop her up in a big hug and bear hug her.
Oh, jeez, you must be so cold.
It's a little, I haven't been used to this cold in a long time. I'm gonna let her go and gesture for everybody else to come inside.
Is everyone all right? Have you all made it back?
Well, I mean, other than freezing our tits off, I think we're all okay.
Yeah, what she said.
It's quite an expression.
It's Briar. It's pretty cold, and it was colder up there. I'm gonna remove my mask and my hoodie, and we could use some good warmth and food.
The cloaks, did they serve you well?
They did. Thank you, Mom, for working hard on those.
She turns her attention to each of the party, but only for just a very small moment before turning her attention and focusing in a significant degree longer on Asher. And then she smiles.
I'm going to begin to say the sentence.
She starts to kind of turn her head to you, Rowan, and then starts to speak as she walks up to Asher. She's at the market right now. She should be back soon.
You're gonna see Asher just sigh of relief, and I'm so glad. Thank you for everything you have done.
We aim to be a sanctuary to all who need it, and well, I imagine that soon enough this will be an old home. So she and yourself are welcome to stay as long as you see fit. I do believe that I will have duties elsewhere.
Well, regardless, for the time being, we'll make sure that your home is taken very well care of.
It's certainly watched over. She's referencing all the still Sun Elf elite guards and armored soldiers all outside that kind of surround the area and put up watch because this is their queen. Which is so odd, especially for you, Rowan, because it's just mom. And every now and then maybe you'll see her in a different light, but it's so hard to just not see just mom and know, the same tender woman that tickles your ears, basically.
It's so good to be back. I'm gonna just start eating the cookies that she always has on the counter. Handfuls.
I could prepare a proper meal as well. That's part of what Corey is going to get.
Lydia, I don't per se happen to know where Mortison is. Hopefully he was good for you while we were gone.
I don't actually know where Martison is, honestly. He said he was going to go to the market, and then he went upstairs and stayed up there for a really long time, and then finally came and asked if she had already left for the market, and I said yes, and then he left. So I don't know if he made it to the market himself or what. I think he just took a nap. This cold is rough on him, I think. But I don't know. He left and he hasn't come back, so.
Wouldn't want him to get, too cold. I can understand it gets pretty cold here. As Cole kind of rolls his eyes and thanks her, bows, and kind of walks away. But before he does, he goes, if you need any help with that meal, I would more than welcome to help you with that.
I would love that, yes. If you are concerned, though, you might check the taverns. I mean, it's a bit early for that, but I know he's been doing some performances there, and he might have got an early start on it. But he's been bringing a decent amount of money, so it seems like he's doing well for himself. I haven't actually heard him myself, besides the muffled sound of it from upstairs. Sounds good at that, but he actually afforded himself over this last month enough for me to make, well, he almost demanded that I make 2 of those earth blankets. So, again, the cold doesn't suit him well.
Sounds like a good idea. I'll probably go and meet him at the market.
Evelyn?
Help bring back groceries for dinner tonight while you guys catch up.
Has Evelyn not been staying upstairs?
Evelyn has not, no, not for the past 2 weeks. She said she had family business to attend to. She didn't seem too concerned about it, but then again, I can never truly read her.
Celeste has been with her, right? Still?
Yes, she's a good shadow.
Good. Okay. I'll go find her later.
Oh,
go sit in the fire.
your Coria's not here, but your father-in-law? He's on the front
Cameron's.
porch. He's quite handy, actually. He's grown a taste for wicking.
What?
Uncle Tambrin?
Like, as in baskets?
Yes, and not only that, but he's quite proficient. He made a whole swing. He might still be working on it out front. He's an interesting creature. How did this come about?
Well, where we are from, it's very, very rare. But every once in a while, those who are from the seat return to the seat. And he's a growing boy now. He's no longer Uncle Tambrin, really, but
He's... I can tell, to a certain degree, a boy, but a very large boy. Stubborn at times, that's for sure. He's pleasant, though. You hear just kind of a commotion out front of, like, stuff hitting the ground and hitting the wood and wood clinking together outside. And then you hear kind of a of the presumably wood on wood contact that is his feet.
For her, you should be the first one to say hello.
And she's going to tug Aurelia's braid. Hey, pull yourself out of your mind for a moment and come meet my uncle. You've never seen anything like it, I can guarantee.
Okay.
And then she's gonna scurry on over the door. Open it. And then she's gonna pounce on Uncle Tambrin.
You see he is where there is already a hanging wicker swing on one side of the porch. On the other side of the porch, you see he's currently weaving together another one. Very focused, very not necessarily fast or dexterous, but more so just like very flowed, very precise, like smooth as fast kind of thing. He's an assortment of wrapped vines, at this point about 6'2", and he is you see there's a little just dapple of frost where the dew that is accumulated on his branches and in between his vines have just kind of frosted over, and you see this like almost vaguely 5 o'clock shadow of a patchy moss beard that has that same kind of frozen dew on it. At this point, you're reckoning like if it were akin to a human, the age of a young man, maybe just young adult at this point. The way tree-ends such as this grow and develop is unknown to most, having not actually experienced this. But he is kind of huddled away. He has kind of a bit of a hunch in his back, but you see the way the vines intertwine is almost that of like an exposed muscular skeleton, but with these adornments of like harder wood bark areas where that creates this like natural armor on the tree ant body of your dear Uncle Tambrin.
I don't think I can pick you up anymore, Tambrin. Look at you.
You see, as you start to speak, he diverts his attention away from the wicker a little bit and like almost like protective of it a little bit. At first, like kind of concerned. Kind of apprehensive, looks away, and then back at you. You see this. It's the eyes themselves are strange because it's like it's nature mimicking humanity in a way. It's like this solid, solidified sap that is the eyes that gives this kind of golden brown, almost orange color to the eyes, and then these deeper insets where there is this like magical element behind that, and you see more in this a personality. In an odd sense, it's hard to even tell that it's Tambrin himself. Like, it looks not much like, it doesn't look much like the elven Tambrin that once was. It is its own being, and even in its apprehension and what seems ignorance to who you are. Gestures to the wicker with this like excited face, like, I don't know who you are, but I made this.
It is very lovely, Uncle. Such great detail. I'm very proud of you.
Kind of as you like make your approach and kind of attempt to like solidify that he's real and that kind of grounding touch, he only slightly leans away at first, just like unsure, but then kind of lets you. And then kind of turns his attention to you, and more curiosity in the eyes. He kind of leans in, even more of an element of curiosity. And he reaches out with this, again, kind of vine-like sinewy muscle of a finger, and starts to reach out. And with that, he kind of oddly, like, almost goes to poke you in the eye. But like he reaches out and kind of like touches right on your eye and kind of like stretches it and like feels the skin.
Did you keep Coria safe? Did you have a good journey?
He pulls away from that for a second, and you see like this, and again this kind of like excited face that he has, and like reaches into this little tiny covered wicker basket that's almost like a purse. It's like a lighter vine material that he's made kind of like a pouch out of, and you see this little, again, wicker doll that he has created that is very immediately recognizable, as simple as it is, immediately recognizable as him and Coria. One is just like a very simple tree guy, and the other is Coria.
Asher's gonna move to the front door and just kind of watch from a distance and just be there as the emotional support for Bree.
He, in showing Bree this, and then showing like kind of like looking for approval at others that are around at this like this thing that he made. He does kind of a double take and looks up at you, Asher, and then back down to it, the wicker things that he's made, like all these little things that he's trying to show off. And then he turns his attention back to you, Asher.
Glad you're doing okay. And he's gonna cast Druidcraft on him. I'm sorry for cold, but thank you for keeping Coria safe, and I'm glad to see you. Aurelia, are you okay?
Aurelia's by the door still, but like participating. Oh, yeah. No, I'm just giving you a moment. Bri, is this insensitive? Are you a tree too?
No, no. I am flesh. I'm an elf.
Sorry, I just don't know anything about nature magic. So he's your
Cameron
uncle?
was Coria's
Yeah.
father.
Once upon a time, he was Ilmin.
Okay.
He helped some druidic folk on an island, and he died protecting them and was blessed with rebirth as returning to nature.
Okay. And you see Aurelia get a little more somber and walk up to Bri and link her arm through hers and give her a squeeze. Well, it's
Enough.
lovely to meet him. Them? Him?
Who knows anymore?
He stands up, and now you see the kind of massive form that he is. He's a hefty 6'2", with his like almost like tree stump feet that are almost like hooves at this point. And then he just kind of over to Asher.
I wish I could understand fully what you're trying to say.
He reaches into the assortment of wicker things and pulls out the wicker doll that was presumably Coria, and like holds it out to you.
He'll take it and just... This is... You don't mind if I... And he'll take it and just kind of hold it real tight. And
As you like start to take it away, he like almost like reaches out to like get it back, and like you see this like concern, like this protective instinct that he has, but then he kind of like lets it go, and you see the eyes kind of shift, and then he does the same that he did to Briar, and he reaches out and does the same thing, touches your like near your eye, and it's like he's just very curious, like, and again kind of like opens the eye a little bit and then pulls his finger away.
and he'll look at it, the doll, for a second again, and then like present it out with both hands. I'm glad that you're still hopefully one day we'll be able to have a long conversation. And I'll hand the doll back to him.
I really did want to ask, was he actually saying a language, or is it more so just like that kind of like gesturing? How would
It doesn't seem like he has any ability to speak at this point. It is like he's gesturing and he's making noises. Like there's the grunts don't seem to be any semblance of a language at this point. You would know that it's like a more of a historical thing. I don't know that you would know it. Briar would know it, just like knowing more about like her people, but it's a almost believed to be like a religious thing or a spiritual element that tree ents don't develop the ability to speak until like hundreds of years, and they don't do that so that they don't disturb the forest in their youth. It's kind of like that's what it's believed to be. It goes into like more Aelmine proverbs and stuff like that, which is essentially saying like, if you young, shut the fuck up.
Know your place.
Yes. And we will turn to the Aelmine proverb of the Wood Elves, number 27. If you are young, shut the fuck up.
Thou beest young.
If thou beest young. Yes. But it's essentially like it has that correlation. Like it's in a lot of ways they're symbolically deified, but not like themselves deified, like the tree ents. It's more so like there's so much beauty and value and lesson that can be learned from them that in themselves makes them sacred, not necessarily like
they're not
being
God
itself. Yes.
They're appreciated because it's a miraculous beauty to have a soul reincarnate, so to speak, in a tree ent.
Yeah.
But no language. Okay.
Give him a few hundred years.
What about speak with plants?
I mean, I can. I don't know about the rest of them.
I can prepare speak with plants tomorrow.
Speak with plants.
While they're outside, sitting by the fire, still eating his cookies. Mom, where's Dad?
Working with Thordrak as always.
Oh, go figure. Cole, you want to make a trip down to the market a little bit sooner?
Yeah, I was actually planning on making sure Morty wasn't getting into more trouble, and I would love to join you.
All right. I'm gonna take off my heavy fur coat and just put on my regular fur coat that I usually have, and start walking into town, or walking towards the front door. We'll be back in a little bit, Ma. And I want to see everybody talking to Tambrin. Oh. You got him big, Tambrin.
You see he like walks over to you and like tries to like stretch himself out and then like measures height.
You're getting there. Do you still like your can I do a search for like a leaf? Because last time I saw him, I gave him a leaf to eat.
There's some sprouting through the snow bits and stuff. Those that tend to, yeah.
Here. Gonna pick up a stem. Gesture for him to eat it. Okay. Your diet's changed. Yeah. Oh, okay.
He like points out across the way into the yard, and you see a boulder that is I mean, it's been there for as long as you can remember, that kind of like lines the way towards the like the turn towards the house.
You eat rocks now. Good stuff. Yeah.
He
Protein.
like the muscles flex.
I'll flex with them. And I'm gonna put my hand up. Not trying to interrupt the family thing. Just wanted to say hi. And
Cole would be walking out of the house with Rowan, and you see him like almost like thinking it was just a tree, and like do a double take of like, what the that thing just moved, like that tree just moved, and he's as Rowan's talking to him, he's just kind of sitting back and being like, every day this party amazes me with the things that it goes through. Is that tree talking?
Not so much yet, but one day.
Tries to make himself tall towards you, and you see like this almost this smirk, but then this concentration, and then he like we are saying, but clearly not, you tower over even him.
Cool's gonna be like, right, and he's gonna go and like kind of pat him on the arm, and as if he's just trying to block out, good talking to you, and just keep walking. Like, yep, I don't have time for that today. Kind of, and just
anyone who notices, anyone who notices, see they watch him watch Cole as Cole heads down the steps of the porch, and you see he just like ponders on it for a second, and then he puts his head down, and then he starts to make his way down himself. He heads down the porch steps and out into the basically like pathway, and you see he starts to like crouch down and look on the ground. You see him like move some of the snow away, and he starts eating the gravel from the path. Just crunches it up, and trees need minerals. Starts eating the gravel.
while that happens, I'm gonna look to Briar and everybody else. How's it feel seeing him again? Oh. It's okay.
He's not him anymore.
He's still in there somewhere.
Rowan's
Let's
gonna
see.
hold his hands out for like if you want a hug. And he'll take her into a warm hug. Sure, he's still in there.
You see he, as he's digging around in the ground, he digs through and grabs one and like starts to go to eat it, but then he like stops and like looks at it and concentrates on it for like a moment, and then he like peeks up over his shoulder, and then excitedly he stands up and then just back towards the porch. In his excitement and in his weight and galumphing, he steps through the porch steps. Like with his first step, it just crushes right through it, and he.
It's alright. I can fix that. Don't worry. You're right.
And then he like stucks his leg, and then looks at the rock again, and then presents it up to Briar. He goes to point, like at first like really quickly, like towards your eyes, and then like he slows down and like gently he pulls the eye down and then holds up the rock, and it's a rock that it's a little bit smoother and shiny, and it is a green rock.
It's perfect, Cameron. Thank you.
And step away on the still standing part of the staircase. I'm gonna head into town. Marty and it's been missing for concerning a lot of my time, and I'm gonna go try to find Evelyn as well. If anybody else would like to tag along, I can understand if any of you guys want to stay. Me and Cole.
We. Carol?
The only question I was going to ask was, are we like fully? I'm anticipating we just got back from a very long adventure and we're probably not fully rested, or are we all fully rested, good to go?
I will say, for sake of brevity, just the fact of even getting home, you're good. That was enough reprieve. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, all right.
Now you guys have 4 levels of exhaustion. You need to go to sleep, and we're gonna spend the rest of this episode resting.
Run was all about that. That's basically what I was playing. Like, I need to nap. All of that.
You know, it might be faster if we just sent them messages. Ask them to come.
That was the other thing, is that
Cole.
Cole's gonna he's gonna be like, I don't know, 20, 25 feet, and he's just gonna stop as soon as he heard Bree, and he's gonna go, magic, and just turn right back around and just start walking right back to the party.
I just forgot you guys can do that. If you don't mind reaching out, checking in.
although we do want to speak with Kazrak as soon as possible after he reached out. I don't think he'd reach out just to say hello.
I have an idea that might help you with that. I've been thinking about it on our way home.
Mm-hmm.
So
We just need to take the time.
let's divide and conquer and try to get everyone to come to us. I'll
sounds
gripe
pretty-
at Martison. You take Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Cordia will be back any minute, so I don't think that is a worry.
I'd like
Besides-
to surprise her.
You
I was
have a
thinking
stone
about
anyway.
message. Yeah, I was gonna
Mhm.
message
Yeah.
her, but I figured it's better.
Are we gonna hide in the house? Can we hide in the house?
It's your house. Where would we hide?
Well, no, for Coria.
Well,
Where would we hide? Hide us.
Oh yeah, I got some good spaces. I may not be
I
able to
don't
fit
know.
in them anymore, but I
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about how Corey is going to respond to.
Do
sudden
we need to tell
jump scare-
Martison we're
scares.
back?
he's been gone for some time. My
I'd
mom
like to
said.
at least know where he is, yes.
My mom
Good.
even sounds a bit concerned of how long he's been gone.
At this point, I kind of feel responsible for his actions, so finding him so he doesn't get in trouble seems like the best idea. Also, you guys mentioned this Coria is pregnant, right? You think scaring someone that's pregnant is a good idea?
Yeah, it's probably not. On top of the fact that she might actually kill me.
Or give birth to a later right then and there?
Yeah, she might just pop that thing right out.
All
All
right,
of the
so
puppies.
are we
They're
all
not-
on the same page that we don't talk about the incident with the Black Raven, right?
What you mean when Asher died?
Yes.
No harm, no foul, I think is how you say it. He's here, right?
We don't mention it.
Asher, you should not lie to your wife.
Gonna
Ever.
have to talk to her.
You're
about
going
it, but
to have to. It's not our place, but if you don't fucking tell her,
I
If
I
it's
will hex
is
you.
is it lying if he just doesn't mention it?
Yes.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
went through this before, and it was a bad time. But it needs to come from me.
Yeah, they have a good point. I'm just thinking
Maybe-
about the time where Dom just accidentally let loose that we went to a brothel. So
Yeah, that wasn't a great. On top of the drug donuts, that was
quite a time.
That
yeah.
was still early in her pregnancy. Yoo-hoo, Korea! Hello! Guess who's back in here indeed? We're waiting for you, so scoot your boot.
Were you saying that you just messaged? Sorry, I wasn't paying
I
attention.
just messaged Korea.
Okay. What, are you serious? You're back? All right, I just have one more place to go, and then I will make my way back.
Okay.
You muted. You
She
just
has one
muted
more
yourself.
place to go, and then she'll be right back. So, Kieran, you're up with the other one.
Was actually no. I'll ask that next time, Olsen. So I'll just send a message to Evelyn. It's Karan. We're finally back and successful as far as we know. Curious where you might be. I know Rowan is certainly eager to see you.
There's a moment, and you don't get a response right away. You do feel it kind of connect and linger for a little bit. It's good to hear. I am in a meeting right now. I'll be over soon.
Going to look to Rowan. I believe I interrupted something important.
You hear,
But
you
she's
literally
fine.
hear like, like a fake cough. Like, you start to like muffle under it.
I forget that she's
Not the obvious.
she's in a lot of meetings and stuff. My bad. Sorry, Karan.
That's quite all right. Now we should look at dear friend Marty. Martison, it's Karan. How are you, my friend? We have returned, and heard that you had gone to the store but did not, but then did. Looking to see where you are.
Similar to how it seemed to land with Evelyn, there's a delay, and almost like as if mid-thought and mid-sentence, it comes in oddly and almost lyrically, and you just kind of hear as it like transitions from whatever he's doing at present time to what he is now thinking and consciously sending to you, and trying to balance both of that at the same time. Travel around to perform a song. Thank you. No, thank you. Karan! It tunes back in. I'll be right back. You're lovely. You're all lovely. Karan, And then
Imagine that's-
it just cuts off. Yeah,
Because he ran out of words. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's in the middle of singing stuff.
Well, he certainly hasn't gotten better at efficiency, but he's all right. It sounds like he's plying his trade, whatever that might be. Do you want me to inquire, or are we content with knowing he's not dead or captive somewhere?
We're good.
He's not dead. Yeah, he's
He'll
good.
be back.
All right. Well, he'll be back.
As soon as he finds out Briar and Rayleigh are back, he's going to be hopping up and being typical.
Well, I hope
Party.
at least he got that much. It was quite busy and loud where he was. If not, he knows we reached out to him. The only way he can find is either A, coming back, or B, someone who can send a message. Which is not entirely impossible for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can get a bath started for all of us. Warm baths, so we can all, one at a time, take a bath. I'm gonna know.
Really? Like, what kind of party is this?
One at a
There's
time.
specificity there.
One at a time, take a bath, so we can warm up. It's been some time, so I'll go ahead and get started for that. Everybody, Rowan will walk inside and start warming up the bath for us to take baths in. Warm up.
And you do so. You guys can take that time to relax and recover, and some time passes, and the first to arrive, though most had probably hoped someone else, the first to arrive home after some time is Martison himself. You see Martison in a light that has always befitted his personality, but you have not seen externally, because he's always just been whatever road wear or whatever you guys or lack thereof had run into him when you encountered. It seems that he has splurged a bit on himself, and he looks like a proper bard at this moment. Feather in the cap and everything. Carries his loot up the road, and you see he's kind of like playing quietly. He's just like thinking in his head as he writes, and he's got like this certain like march to his step, like he's hot shit. He's got like very colorful clothes at this time as well. Makes his way up. It's like he's of two minds at the moment, like half present and half in this like creative space. And you see, even as you are able to watch, he makes it to that first step, the one that Tambrin broke through, and he stops and like looks at it, and then gets this very serious look on his face, and then looks around, and then starts to pluck something else. Yes. Holes, right, yes. Just as if he had some kind of profound revelation in his songwriting as he sees this hole in the steps.
Wholesome. In that time period when everyone was bathing and such, could it be possible that Cole was making a snack in the kitchen for the parties and
proper before the meal? Yes.
yeah. If so, doing so, he would come out about the same time as everyone's done with their showers and such, and Marty is entering the house with a beautiful plate with sliced apples that look as if they've been fried, and yellow apples to where they almost look like little pieces of gold. And Cole would go, well, I've been experimenting, and we'll call this a plate of gold. And he'll set it down on the table for everyone.
You see as Marty walks in. Welcome back, all you weary travelers. How was it?
An adventure of a lifetime.
Old one at that.
Isn't it
In the-
always with you?
You,
In the beautiful story, you could probably sing about as well. And she looks at Aurelia.
Do tell. Oh. That kind
Later.
of beautiful.
Yeah, you look like you've been busy.
I have, yes. He like leans against the the counter space and like nonchalantly, like right next to the platter so eloquently established by Cole, he just grabs a whole apple and just bites into it. Yes, it's been surprisingly there's a lot of art in Handing. Like you would think like a place like, you know, like this wouldn't really have, you know, like an art scene, but it's kind of impressive. I'm doing well. I mean, not like city well or Hobvarts. Oh, I miss Hobvarts. Fuck. But it's good.
You've been playing at the Red Bear?
I have, yes. They're wonderful there. They're a lot of fun. It's like, it's a good like mix of like rowdy tavern and like, you know, proper, you know, sports club, you know.
Sports club. Okay.
Oh yes, people dress up and they make fancy drinks that nobody's ever heard of, and I've played at a few of those. Good money, but fucking terrible crowd.
And your guard lady?
Yeah. Turns out, just friends.
Cole's gonna look
Don't
at
look,
Bree
no, stop,
and
don't look at me
Aurelia.
that way.
Back up. Just back up.
She leans in. No, we're good. We're good. We're just, you know, we don't have the same interests. Like at first, yes, I mean, we had mutual interests of like, I'm deathly gorgeous, she's deathly gorgeous. You know, there was that, but, you know, sometimes you need more than that. You need substance, you know. And she's a great person. I mean, like, she's lovely, but like, a little too soldier for me.
Is Martison lying, and did he get dumped?
Roll an insight check.
Insight is it's a 25.
There's probably more to it. He's diverting a little bit from what you can gather.
Okay, Marty. Well, it's good to see you. And I kind of give a look to Karan like,
Yeah,
Right,
yes,
Melissa.
it's
I'm
good
gonna
to
say
see.
something very straight
Listen,
with you.
it happens. Relationships just don't work out sometimes, okay? I'm
No.
fine. I wrote like 4
Are you?
songs about it and I'm good.
is that the
Maybe
most
you
ever
weren't.
written?
No, there was Vanessa once. But Vanessa was more like a frenemy. Yeah.
A rival or
Yeah,
some
like,
kind of.
you know, so we never, you know, tiddlywinked, but she would have been something. Yes. Honestly, she
waste.
wasn't even that attractive. Most of it was just her talent. She was extremely talented, and I was very jealous at the time, but I've grown a lot since then, and I wonder what Ovi.
Asher's
I wonder what
gonna
she's up
like
to these days.
lean over to Aurelia and be like, "Sounds like the one that got away."
But you've come to
What
know,
happened to
you've come
her?
to find that there's been many the ones that got away with him.
Chroma's going to follow up. You wrote a song about her. Perhaps the better question is, Marty, do you have enough of these songs to write a short story or fill a compendium?
Of who? Vanessa or Celeste?
Is it just those two?
Oh no, I write songs
Okay,
about all
one
the
for each.
girls' hearts that I've broken.
Hmm.
I tell you to straight right now, Marty. Sylvia? No. Very nice girl. She's the barmaid, the daughter of the owners. No.
Why no? He like kind of leans in. I guess it's like he's already thought about it. Why?
She's
Why
a
not?
very, very, very nice girl. Very
Yes.
quiet.
Why would I not want a very nice girl? That seems like the opposite of no. That seems like yes. Like pursue. Is it
Marty,
he's like offended. Is it me?
Marty, you know, you're one of my closest friends. We have been through a lot together, and I'm just looking out for you when I say don't. Have you not seen her father?
Yes, and he likes me very much. I keep the vibes in there flowing. He keeps the drinks flowing. Sylvia keeps the glances flowing, and I return them. And
Okay,
I think
well,
it might be
straight.
It might be like one of those like taboo, because like she's like a northern girl, and I'm like a very like me, and it's probably more like she knows all the options she has around here, and I'm like something like new and exciting, and yeah.
She's the closest thing I've had to a little sister, and I will come after you if you break her heart.
What if she breaks
I
mine?
need
I thought we were close.
Well, then
I
there
need
it is.
Marty to make an intelligence saving throw DC 16. As
That is a fail. It's a 6.
As I cast Rogue Ear Itch.
What does that do?
He starts getting a very itchy spot behind his ear, and he's basically gonna be useless and incapacitated for like a minute. Well, not a minute, like a round. So trying to scratch an itch that can't be fixed.
You're right there.
Yeah, no, I must have belted it too loud. Sometimes it just goes hard in there. Ooh. He kind of like shivers.
I think seeing how everyone is starting to get to that point where they've had their maximum amountage of Marty, Cole would kind of walk in and be like, and almost grab the plate and just start shoveling them into his mouth. And be like, "Well, it's been a long day. Let's go ahead and get to the room and try to like escort him like upstairs, like just out of the area, trying to get him."
You guys see as he starts to leave, like he holds up the apple to Cole. Did you make these? It's just an apple. It's really good.
I didn't make that, but I made these. And he, as he puts the blank apple down and one of the sliced apples on the plate and just shoves it in his mouth to like keep him from stop talking.
We love to hate him. We love to hate him.
as he like keeps dragging him up the steps. Is it good? Do you like it?
Ooh, yeah, that's even better than the whole ones. Wow. What did you do?
I fried it.
Interesting. So you guys continue on up.
As they go up the stairs, Rowan's gonna turn to Karan. Did Kazarak leak more into a conversation that we're gonna probably have when everybody gets here?
He made contact. But really the point was to relay that we need to speak. So, Bree and I are working on something that we might be able to speak more at length. I don't really have much to divulge to anyone yet, but as soon as I've heard what he has to say, then absolutely everyone will be made aware.
Alright. We'll wait for everybody then.
Another good amount of time passes, and this time Evelyn makes her way in. Shortly after, Coria does as well. They both make their way in. Seeing Evelyn, she currently has kind of her official look, not dressed down in a sense, like to have her like makeup done and almost, I guess, a medieval business professional look for the different council. Somebody make that a thing. Medieval business professional.
I'll make it
I
happen.
prefer medieval business casual. And you see with Coria, in some simple clothes. She's elegant in her own way, in her combination druid slash elf slash farm boy way. But what sticks out the most is just a little bit of a belly. Just the tiniest little one.
When Asher hears like the footsteps, he's gonna get up from the table real quick and run to the door.
She immediately sets down as if she was prepared for it, always kind of thinking ahead and ready for it this time, the reunion. She immediately sets everything down gently and tilts her head and smiles.
He's just gonna like scoop her up in a big hug and just we'll see him take a deep breath and just relax a little bit. I'm glad that I'm so sorry for everything. I'm glad that you made it.
It has
Are you
been
okay?
quite a journey.
And he'll
I'm
like
sure.
start patting her down and just like, you made it here in one piece. No,
Yes,
Come.
Tambrin is
quite large.
quite large now. Fortunately, we kept away from most trouble. Of course, we ran into some things, which is given for a journey that long and that far, but he is a good protector. He always has been, but now in a different way.
We'll come inside, and he'll take his cloak and wrap it around her and grab the things that she brought back and follow her inside. We have some people that I'd like you to meet as well.
More friends. Sorry, I keep doing
Yeah.
wrong fucking accent. Wrong voice. My immersion is ruined.
And I'll bring all the groceries in and set them on the table and be like, well, you know everybody else, but this is Aurelia and Cole. Oh, Cole's out back, apparently.
Yeah, she's
Cole's
gone.
out there. Seth is not at his chair, so Cole's out back. It's
Aurelia
okay.
is.
Working in the coal mine.
Yep.
Down, down, down.
Stop.
Aurelia helped save mine and Rowan's life when. Right after I messaged you. We wouldn't be here without her. Aurelia, this is my wife, Coria.
It's so nice to meet you. Can I hug you? Sorry, are
She
you a hugger?
like I was just
Can
gonna say she immediately like one of those that's just like so immediately welcoming, like as if she just like floated towards you, and it was just the first natural instinct, not even have met you or anything, but like the first natural instinct was to just like a very just comfortable embrace, as if you had like known each other for years in a way. And she just like sighs.
She's kind, but I wouldn't be here without all of them either.
Thank you. And they are certainly something. She looks at all of them, but then more on Asher. She gives you kind of like a squeeze and then makes her way back over to Asher. And then she just a real quick just like reaches up and like pinches his cheek right above the beard line.
He'll reach down, give her a kiss on the forehead, and be like, and finally we have Cole coming back from outside.
And as she directs her attention towards that, but then like looks back at you like as if like I'm not done with you yet. And then she like squints at you, and then she just, you're getting older.
Yeah. It's been a long few weeks. I'll fill you in after dinner.
She just it's almost like she's just like admiring, but like she's just hinting at that like earlier conversations that you guys had always had about like, I'm human, you're elf, you'll live a lot longer than me, how are we gonna do this, and that kind of thing. And she's always joked that like you're still not allowed to die before her. And so she's almost just kind of like hinting at that.
I'll be around for a long time.
Well, slow down.
I'll
She's
do my best. And he'll Director Cole has been wonderful person. He saved Rowan's father and helped save us up north.
yeah, they told me about you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Asher's told me a lot about you as well.
She again just immediately just effortlessly goes in and gives a hug. It's just like it's like you just don't even feel or think about it. It just it seems like natural. It's like this is a natural greeting.
And Cole would like kind of look at her and be like, look at her bump and just politely, how far along are you? As he kind of like almost sits Indian style, like in front of her, just fascinated. Like,
Oh God, this is she like kind of like covers herself up and like the little shawl that she's wearing, she just like wraps it up and like covers herself up, but then she does kind of like a dance too with it. we still have many months to go. It'd be about like 8, or no, it'd be 7 months. She's 2 months along.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Asher's died 1 time a month. Got it.
Jesus. Rowan awkwardly is going to turn to Evelyn. Like, have you met her yet? Like, or
I'm assuming they met.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, they had.
Oh.
They have already met each other. Yeah, she'd
I'm really
been
bad
around.
at introductions, so
No need to this time. She just kind of like rests her head on your shoulder.
you'll put it rest back.
She kind of like jokingly like glances up and then back down and then back up. How do I look? She just like
You look-
snickers.
I've never seen you in professional attire before. I know you were doing stuff within the circle, but I must say,
Sorry about that.
you look really good. It's growing on me. It's like that librarian look, you know. And he's just gonna pull her into a big warm hug, miss her for the whole month.
Been a while.
It's been a while. All right. I just need Dad to get here, and we got everybody here for dinner.
Well, we're not waiting on him. She starts to rally over to the kitchen. She grabs Cole by the hand and kind of directs him in, places what he had done on the table for everybody to kind of help themselves while waiting for them to prepare the actual proper meal. Together takes a decent amount of time. And the meal is prepared.